A-level maths is a really challenging subject, so it is crucial to find ways to make it easier for yourself. Your calculator is an amazing tool that can help you in your exams. So today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks so that you can utilize it fully and maybe even use it to boost your marks and potentially even your grades. Let me show you how you can use your calculator to solve simultaneous equations. This is especially useful in partial fractions questions like this one. So let's solve the red simultaneous equation. First, you press the menu button. Then you scroll to the right and then go down until you see this equation/function option. Then press equals. Then we have two options. We press 1 because we want simultaneous equations. Now it's asking how many unknowns we have. Well, we have 3, so just press the number 3. And then we just need to type in our simultaneous equations. So let's type in our first line, which is 2a plus b plus 2c equals 3. And then we just do the same for the remainder of the simultaneous equation. Once you've typed in all your equations, just press equals and then you get your solutions. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to -2. And there's our answer. Now I'm going to show you how you can check whether a turning point you found is the correct one or not. The way we're going to do that is by using our calculator to take d by dx and sub in our turning point. Because if our turning point is correct, then subbing in the turning point into the derivative, we should get this equal to 0. So here's what you do. First press this shift button, then press this integral sign. So if you press that, it will give us d by dx. And now we just write our equation. So use this x button to just write our equation, which is x to the x. Now, once you've written that, what we're going to do is sub in our x value. So you scroll here, and then we're just going to write e to the power of -1, which is the same as 1 over e. Once you've written all that, we just press equals, and let's see if it gives us 0. It gives us 0, so that means our answer is the correct one. Here's how you check if your integration answer is correct. So let's say we get our answer of ln of 49 over 36. Let's check if it is the correct answer. The way you're going to do that is by pressing this integral button, and then we just type in our integral. So put in our limits of 5 and 10, and then we just write the function we're integrating. So once you've typed in your function, just keep pressing right so that you can get out of the integral. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take away our answer of ln 49 over 36. And the reason for this is because if our answer is correct, then doing the integral, take away our answer should give 0 because we're saying they're equivalent. So let's just press equals and we get an answer of 0. So that means our answer is correct. Now you can actually apply this idea of taking away an answer from itself to various types of questions to check your answers. So I'm going to show you how you can check if your partial fractions are the correct ones. So what we're going to do is first we're going to write our original equations. So 3x squared plus 59x minus 16 all over those brackets. So we're just going to quickly write that. Once we've written that all, what we're going to do is we're going to take away our partial fractions. So now we're going to write our partial fractions, all of them. Once you've written everything, what we're now going to do is sub in a random x value. This is because if our partial fractions are correct, then what we're saying is our original equation is equal to our partial fractions. So by subbing in a random x value, we should get this equal to 0. The way you do it is by pressing this calc button, then it lets you choose what x value to sub in. So let's say we sub in x equals 259. Now just press equals and it'll sub that in. We got 0, so our answer is correct. Here's how you can check if your binomial expansion is correct. Again, we're first going to write our original equation, which is the square root of 1 plus 8x. And then we're going to take away from it our binomial expansion. So just write that all in. Now just press the calc button. And now we're just going to sub in x values. So for binomial expansion, you have to be a bit careful. Remember, the x values have to be sufficiently small. So let's sub in a really small x value. Let's say 0.09. And if we press the equal sign, our difference, as you can see, is very, very small. So this is close to 0. Now, we're not going to get exactly 0 because binomial expansion is just an approximation. So if we're close to 0, then we can be assured our answer is correct. So our binomial expansion is correct. You can also check your answers for solving trig equations. So here in this example, we're going to check if our answer of x equals pi over 4 is correct. We do that by rewriting the original equation, so tan x plus cos x. Now we are just going to sub in x as pi over 4, which is our solution we found. As you can see, we get 2 root 2 over 2, which matches our original equation, so our answer is right. Now I'll show you how you can store answers. This is especially useful for iteration questions where you have to keep reusing answers with loads of decimal points. So let's say we want to do this iteration question. First, we write our iteration formula. Then we're going to sub in x0 as 1.3. So press calc and we're going to write 1.3 for what we want to sub x as. Now, when we press equals, this is our value of x1. Now, as you can see, it is a very long answer, which is going to be annoying to have to try and rewrite every time. Let's say now you want to find the value of x2. So let's press calc and sub in our x1 value. Now, instead of retyping it, we can just press the answer key, which will give our previous answer that was on the calculator, which in this case was just the value of x1. Because look, if we press equals, we get that exact number back. So now we can just sub that in, and here's our value of x2. Now we can keep repeating this. So if we go to sub in again, if we use answer key, well, that's just going to use our previous answer. So if we press equals now we've got x3. And this is much quicker than having to rewrite the whole number every time. Here's something even more powerful than the answer button, which is being able to store values permanently. So if we press this STO button, then we can choose to assign this value to one of those letters on our calculator. You see those red letters? Let's say we want to choose A. So we're just going to press the letter A. And as you can see, there's an arrow to it. So that means A is now this 1.27 value. So if we go off it and we retype A, so you just press alpha, then the letter you want, which is A. As you can see, if we press equals now, A is equal to that value and it will stay like that unless we change it with a new value. And we can do the same for the remaining letters. Now, if you press shift and then the STO button, then as you can see, it'll give us a table showing all the values that our letters are assigned to. So as you can see, A is 1.27 and we have some random values assigned to the others. So you can just check what you've assigned them to. Now, in your exams, you're actually required to clear your stored values. So here's how you do that. First, you press the shift button, then the number 9. Now you've given 3 options. Press 2 for memory, then press equals. Now just press the AC key. And if you check, all your stored values are reset. Anyway, that's everything. Thanks for watching.